Gross. For some reason, my microphone was not on, so that's really lame. Yeah, I was. Anyway, all I was saying was good morning. Um, it's been weird that now that I only do this once a week, it seems more foreign, if that makes sense. Like normally, I'd gotten in the habit of doing this, every day, and then every other day, and then, but then now only once a week. All of a sudden, now it feels like more special, more different, more unique. Um, but yeah, no, don't mind me and my settings being off and all these things. I'm just hoping the software works. I've been having issues, a lot of issues, with my computer. I'll talk about that later. I'm sure I'll rant and rave, um, because it's been kind of encompassing my every moment the past week, like this entire week, with no success, which is always really disheartening. But yeah, so bear with me because the computer might be having issues. Doesn't look like it is having anything with OBS right now, like streaming itself. Other than the stupid things that I had to change that apparently are impacting it. But yeah, happy Thursday. I'm using my Ruh-roh. Wonderful Scooby Doo. So last week, I'd swapped around my schedule and said, let's not look at things first. That was a dumb idea. Whoever thought that was stupid. I don't know who recommended that. It was me. I thought it would work. It did not. And the iPad died somehow faster. Like it sensed it. It was on more of a time crunch and it just shit the bed. Don't know. Either way, let's see if all my other. Don't mind me swapping through tabs super quick like a crazy person. Just making sure all the tabs are working. So here's a problem, right? We don't see this at all, right? I don't see anything on this end. Oh, why is my computer being like this? So I need to rebuild something on the fly because that's just fantastic. Capture method. Okay. It looks like we're good now, right? Yes. iPad will be good. FPS. Cool. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me as I realize how dumb working with computers is. It's like you can spend so much money and build such a good PC, but like the computer just decides it for you anyway sometimes. Like, actually, no. Just straight up no. Anyway, before I start ranting about my busted ass computer, let's just look at some cool stuff, yeah? Quite frankly, I haven't drawn since last week, since last stream. That was the last time I touched a pencil, I think. Maybe I did this weekend for like 5 minutes. I don't remember if I did. So yeah, so bear with me when I do finally draw because it's gonna be rough. But what's new? Anyway, so this is Svet Svet Lozara Nikolava. Definitely, probably, most likely away from the US as usual. Oh, good. I'm interested in purchasing some of your artwork, advertised on your portfolio as NFTs. God, I hate these BS stupid accounts that are just spammy on even ArtStation. Anyway, this just looked cute. It looked really fun. Looked playful colors, right? The bright pinks, the bright greens, very vibrant. Not gonna lie, it kind of throws me off that this rope is strikingly similar to the tail. I was like, is he hanging on his tail? That's weird. Still cute. I was curious to see what this other this person made then. Okay. Cute. Oh, these are fun, the little icons for World of Myths. No idea what that is. Yeah, I don't know if any of this is like my favorite stuff, but I appreciate it. From Bulgaria. Dope. Okay. So there's a few, one, two, three, or one, two. I don't know, some of these were from past people we've already seen, but you know, that's pretty common. I feel like at this point I see cool stuff, I'm gonna click on it. Regardless. And that's what happened. Anyway, cool stuff here is some pixel thing, but it was pixel art, but then not pixel art. So I was intrigued. Oh, there's a lot more than just, what is this? Concept art was created as a part of a personal project and also as a way to explore and study pixel art in an extra fun and meaningful way. Hmm. It's weird that the pixel art is this, but the whole project was all everything but pixel art. I really like this. As we know, I talk about this kind of stuff all the time. Swing, 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 swing. I love that. Love it. I don't like whatever these little things are. Oh, it's like some game they worked on. Whatever these little pickle looking fingernail things are. Well, this look like they look like a thumb. Excuse me. Environments are cute though. Oh, is it a full Inktober? Okay, cool. Let's see what they did. 2019's Inktober. This is, oh my God, 2019 in my head's like, yeah, that's not that long ago. Yes, yes, it is. It is a very long time ago. Holy crap. Like, it's weird now that like pre-COVID time sounds like forever ago, almost. Man. I'm a sucker for this. So I've been watching Dragon Quest, Adventures of Dai. So it's an old cartoon from the 90s. An old anime, specifically, obviously, when you're seeing this. But they redid it around COVID time. And it is fantastic. And so I've been watching the new version of it little by little. And by watching, I mean I'm literally on, I think, the fourth episode. I watch television so unbelievably slow. But anyway, there's a golden slime. Totally the same energy, right? 100% the little golden slime. Like, oh, there's one with them running. You can see he just, but like, literally follows him everywhere. It's like his little buddy. It's actually what spurns the original, the beginning of the story. Actually, someone's after that because it's, yeah, whole thing. Anyway, my brain went to this because that totally is very similar vibes. It's like yeah. At first I saw She-Ra energy, and then I saw this, and I was and I was like, ooh, just kidding. Dragon Quest. Do they do a time lapse or is it just? Oh, it's kind of weird. Not gonna lie, that they have the audio of them like drawing, but it's just one generic sound bit, which is fine for video clips to do stuff like that, but not for a 20-minute video of the same, just on repeat. That's kind of weird. I like seeing it though, so we can just mute it. I had a buddy stick with Inktober almost the whole month last year, which is always impressive. Let's see. Party? What? Let me Google. Hold on. Don't remember what his Instagram handle is. Crap. Well, that makes it lame. Usually, people don't like my stuff here. So here we go. Nobody likes my things on Instagram because I apparently draw garbage or people just don't use Instagram. DJH illustrates. Okay. No, he went through it and I was impressed. He stuck with it for 20 days, which that's, I mean, more than I've ever done. I think I've done like 4 at most. My favorite of his was the Swamp Thing here. I really liked this. I really, really liked that one. The Swamp Thing, and then I did vibe with this. It was just fun. He's got a fun style. I like it. Anyway, completely random distraction there. What does Taylor Lee? What else was? Okay, I already forgot who this person was. Holy crap. Ooh, I like a Shield Maiden type energy. I like this one more than the one with all the halftones. I feel like halftone. Oh, just kidding. I like that. The blonde and like the gold colors. I mean, that looks good because that blue pops. So, oof. Yeah, watching this painting process. So I don't mean like throwing shade in any way. This painting process, I feel like this is one of their better pieces. They need to like the other stuff that I feel like doesn't like that energy that they captured here and the way that they painted it was really good. Not that these ones after are bad by any means, but that one, like, as artists, we all know sometimes you hit gold every once in a while. You're like, I did a great job on this one. Like the stars align, things just vibe, right? That's what not just art. That's pretty much everything in life, right? Like there's so many things that were like sometimes you're just on, right? Like you're just firing on all cylinders. So I was listening, so got it stuck in my head. So I stumbled on a ska band, and they do it's ska tune. I'm just making sure things are actually in the right thing, by the way. So when I listen to music, it's actually going to the right locations. Wow, looks like it. So we'll pull it up. It's on Spotify, I think. It's really fun. It's Ska Tune Network, and it's literally like they do a bunch of ska stuff, just normal covers and some of their own stuff. But they also did just like a whole Cartoon Network album, and one of them is Scooby Doo, a ska version of Scooby Doo. And yeah, so I've had like these little ska versions of these songs stuck in my head since yesterday. So this is the Two Art Studios. I don't know why my brain always reads it as Toast at first because it's Toart, and the R has like a curve in it like an S, and your brain just fills in the gaps, right? So I read it as Toast. Anyway, so Toast Studio here did another piece, and we've clicked on their stuff all the time because it's always pretty good. And I like the colorful, playful, painterly style that they do. Like I like this. Look how sad this poor fish looks. Oh, that makes sense because she's harpooning the out of them. Holy cow. Those poor fish didn't stand a chance. Oh, everything's just got. Oh, what is this? All these poor fish are effed. No wonder why they all. Oh. Oh, and he's got these. This is morbid. Now that I'm actually looking at this, holy crap. Yikes. Their page has so much art, it crashes on me all the time. Like, literally doesn't even load. because there's just so much. Can't handle it. Anyway, here's another person we know, Jesse Turner. Just good, right? Every time I look at this their vibes, I'm always happy with it. But I like when these pop up, so then I can go back and look at old, like what I've missed. Like this looks dumb as hell, but in a really fun way. So dumb looking. In like the best of ways, right? Like as if it's just like, it looks like some pudgy detective guy got a hold of a sword and the rest is history. That's kind of adorable. Like the kleptomancer. He's a thief, but that's good. A kleptomancer. So for those that don't realize, a necromancer obviously is something that brings things back to life. A kleptomaniac is someone who can't stop stealing things, right? Like there's an addiction. You're a kleptomaniac. You're a klepto. And so a kleptomancer, the idea that I'm assuming was it's probably to bring things back from the dead to steal, right? Only able to reanimate thieves and bandits, this specific sorcerer harnesses the power of pilfering by holding hands hostage. Can pick any pocket, but only one coin at a time. That's fantastic. I don't know if I've ever heard that term before, but like I think that's what's my favorite part about this person is they've got such silly fun. The Bean Stalker. God dang. Come on. Sir Deans. He's like a knight of sardines, milady for the king. God. Excuse me. Holy cow, excuse me. That was a lot of sneezes in a row. Yeah, I absolutely shortcut because he's a short little guy and he cuts. God, I just can't. I can't with him. It's too good. These puns are just. Wolf. Cerberus. Sebastian as Cerberus. That one's not his best pun name, but I like it. What was the first one we looked at? The Knight Virulent. Okay, yeah, that's still good. Not as funny as some of these golden ones. Yeah, how much? This person pumps them out. How long ago was this? Last week. 2 weeks ago. 4 days. They do like a dope one every day. What is this person? Where do they work for a living? At Cly? Why do I know where that is? Or what that is? They did the Necro Dancer. Don't Starve Together. Okay. A lot of like really, really fun indie games. Yeah, Don't Starve Together was the sequel. Griftlands they did. Okay. All these things make sense, Mark. They remastered that. They did Shank and Shank 2. So these were, oh man, back in the day, these were like Xbox arcade vibes. I hate having to put in random dates just to see a game. This game was so fun. This was like, oh man, when did this game come out? This had to have been like, was it 2008 maybe? 2010. Okay, close. Yeah, this game was dope. As you can see, let's watch the trailer. Age restricted. Watch on YouTube. God. Okay, cool beans. Hello, are we not gonna watch it on YouTube? Oh, Sandman. Dope. Unfortunate that he's what was he, like a pervert or something? I don't remember what Neil Gaiman was. He did something. He was a dick about something. I don't remember. As always. Yeah, this is back then. I was like, this game's so violent for a 2D game, and it was pretty gory, like, but it was so fluid. Like you can see the way that they move, like super fun animation. How is this Shank 2 even? This is even older. Or I mean, even newer. Shank was even older, I meant. Damn. Okay. So that makes sense. Because all this stuff, especially like if you look at Rotwood, looks great. This game's not out yet, right? I'm pretty sure this isn't even out yet. Yeah, it's early access. This game looks so fun. I've been keeping my eye on this one. Oh, but apparently not on Steam. Add that to my wish list for later. Yeah, this looks super cute. It's like a, you know, like everything compared to like a Castle Crashers-y type game. Streets of Rage, Brawler, you know, like that kind of stuff. But it just looks fun. Like everything they've done is I love their art style. And so you give me a game where it's like just that playful art style and I just get to run around and play like, again, like Castle Crashers, totally sold. I don't remember when this went into early access. I don't know when like it's supposed to full launch. I don't remember. It's one of those ones where there's so many games like this, like smaller games that like are easy to get lost in the shuffle that like I see, I get excited for, and then I kind of forget. But yeah, this is just a reminder. Release date is April 2024. Oh, wait, really? So it's literally just in a week. Special promo, it ends. That makes sense. Very cool. Yeah, again, off stream, I'm going to look more into this and see how this game's been faring. And by off stream, I mean apparently right now, because I'm just going to click on it. What are you going to do? You going to tell me no? That's too damn bad. I'm already clicking it. It seems like a lot of them, even the positive reviews note the combat is a little stale. But I'll still keep an eye out. Just, I mean, I would buy it just to look at it. It sounds silly, but like, I don't care. Did the artist do a great job? That's all I care about. But yeah, anyway, so they've done a lot of stuff. That makes sense. And knowing like what was it Griftlands, that art style, and then Crypt of the Necrodancer, they had a lot of like pun stuff. So that makes sense that this person is an artist here because they do some cool stuff. They have a back-end programmer for jobs. If they had, see, this is stuff where like I would be cool doing 2D stuff like this. I need to get better. Yeah, these are really fun games, all of these. Okay. Jesse Turner, amazing art as always. Thank you for your service of providing me smiles and being consistent as hell. Like literally one of the most, look at this. You see how long I'm scrolling? This is 4 years ago. Still just doing these silly ass, same image, like same framing, same type of style. Literally from day one, from 5 years ago. From 5 years ago, dude is still pumping these out. Like that is the same, like same vibes, pretty consistent. Like, God, that's impressive. Anyway, so this one did not get my attention from like, oh my God, I love the way this looks. But it got my attention from I click on everything that is hand-drawn of this now. So for those that don't realize, there's been so much crap with ChatGPT, and one of the current trends has been doing these stupid action figures. People give the ChatGPT a prompt, right? And the action figure pops up of them, of whatever, right? Soulless garbage AI slop over and over again. That's all it is, all the time. And so there's been a trend now of artists doing their own, hand drawing them, right? Drawing their own action figure. And I love that. And so I don't even care how good it is. If I've ever seen any of these posted by any person on any social media, I give it a like. I look at it and I give them a like because I don't even care if it looks bad. You took the time and you drew it with your hands. You made art. I use AI, actual imagination. Like, this stuff is cute though. Like, her style is definitely not one that like I super vibe with myself of making ever, but it's pretty, right? It definitely has a different vibe that we don't always see. And la da 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 from Kaunas, she's Lithuanian. For those that are curious, I'm basically half Lithuanian, half Italian. Like there's like a little bit of something else from like my grandma on my dad's on the paternal side. She's got like a large amount of Irish, but she's kind of a mixed bag too, with some Italian. So either way, I'm basically half Lithuanian, 35% Italian, and then like 15% Irish. But so I actually have family from like straight up from Lithuania. My grandparents actually came from Lithuania during the war, and still have family that live out there. Cute. That's cool. I don't see people from Lithuania much in general. There's actually a Lithuanian market, little restaurant right by our house here, and they got some yummy Lithuanian. There's these candies from Lithuania. They're like almost like a like imagine like a milky, like a caramel mixed with a fudge in a little wrapper. They're so good. They're so dang good. So I thought finishing off, we know the drill, right? Lorcana. I gotta click it. Got to click it. So one of my buddies, I got him to buy Lorcana stuff, and then he never got into it more, but he bought a whole booster box, like a whole dang box, and was excited to get into it, but he just never made the time. He's been having a lot going on himself, excuse me, and just didn't work out that way. And he finally, not too long ago, just gave me the entire set that he had bought. He didn't do anything with them. He's like, you could just have them. And he had the Tragic Beast. How much does that go for nowadays still? Why am I blanking? TCG player. Let's see how much it goes for nowadays. It was one of the most expensive, like, playable cards. But I'm sure at this point, it is dropped in value drastically because it's not. Oh my gosh, yeah, only $25. It was going for 65 pretty consistently. I guess you can look. Wasn't it 65? Yeah. There was a point here where it was selling for 50 to 60 for a good chunk of time, and then even still it hovered around 40 for a while. So basically started around 40, peaked at around 60 some, and then kept dropping now apparently to 25. So still pretty pricey for a single card for sure, but not as much. No, basically what the card did was it says at the start of your turn, if he has no damage, you get to draw a card, which if anybody plays TCGs, you know draw power is extremely important. Like having more things to be able to do with your hand is usually top notch, right? And so having that, you can keep him pretty well defended because especially like I have a deck already that has a lot of like bodyguards and stuff that could mitigate damage. But anyway, I'm not going to buy more of them, but I do have one at least now from my buddy. So let's see what new Lorcana or Marvel Snap they've done because obviously we follow this studio, but let's see if there's been new ones that we missed because apparently, oh my gosh, we missed a ton, you guys. Oh man, not too many Marvel. I don't think I remember seeing them do Marvel Snap before, actually. The Swordmaster variant. So Swordmaster variant. So this is the Iron Fist. if you were wondering. That's a different version of the Iron Fist. Yeah. Not if I don't like that character in general. I'm not super vibing with these, I'm not gonna lie. Like these faces on all like the animals and her, I am not super in love with. I don't mind Danny Rand up in here. Actually, I don't remember. I don't think it's Danny Rand then. It's somebody else maybe when he's that one. Yeah, these are cute, but like I don't know. Not my favorite Marvel Snap ones. Their Lorcana stuff is far better than that. Yeah, holy cow, look at all these that we've missed. Because I don't know the last one we saw on this page. Talking about good ones, though. That is a great one. Let's check the pan. Oh, they made him a card. The arcade owner. Do you even have a name? Mr. Litwack. That's what it was. Oh, that's cool. Once during your turn, whenever you play another character, you can ready this character. So he can't quest or challenge, but the idea that, like, he stays safe, right? Like, he doesn't. Oh, Mr. Litwack. That's a fun one. I like, let me zoom. Oh, we can't zoom in. I want to see this guy's face. Something about that face looks real goofy. Mm-hmm. Okay, where's the... Okay. We did like this one already because I do remember this one. We must have just skipped some of these because this was the big Ursula piece. Like this one, talking about things where like people like level up past their ability. Like I feel like this is like better than anything on their Marvel Snap or Lorcana stuff. Like their Lorcana stuff is good. I'm not saying it's not, but like this, oh, they tapped into some dark magic there to get that looking so good. What else do they do that's not? They do a lot of varied stuff. Holy cow. They did stuff with Overwatch even, basic stuff, other trading cards, kids illustrations. I'd be curious to see how many people, because it's an art house from Brazil, right? So obviously you'd imagine like these were all pretty clearly made by the same person. But then some of these are very different vibes. So I'd be very curious to see like, do they ever say specifically the artist? I don't think they do on these. No, unfortunately, they just say it's their studio. I don't like that. Okay, this one does, though. Maybe it's because that one had multiple artists attached to it. Right? Felipe Laurentino. Hmm. Look at all the little sheep in there he's already gobbled up. That's adorable. I love that. That's super playful. Poor Jelly. But of course they don't. Oh, that's someone who commented on it. Yeah, not my favorite, that one. Anyway, very cool stuff. Lorcana, a big W as always. Winner, Lorcana for dinner. I don't know. Don't ask. Anyway, we're gonna look at one quick video because I wanted to look at more stuff. So, Mandragora, this game I've been keeping an eye on for quite some time. I think they announced it like a year or so ago, maybe longer at this point. I don't even know. But it's like a Metroidvania Souls-like kind of energy, and yeah, I definitely have been keeping a close eye on this one. Anyway, it came out today. I have not been making time for pretty much anything other than Marvel Rivals anyway. But But I was curious how this one, I was very curious to see reviews on it because early impressions, like I liked it, but everything I watched, like it looks very floaty, right? Like the combat doesn't look like it's got like an oomph to it that I'd like, but I'd be curious to see what everyone thinks now of it once it's, you know, in everybody's hands. But it looks cool though. Like at the end of the day, it looks very cool. And I never ended up playing the one that I had gotten a long while back when I first started streaming. Just because I haven't streamed games. And frankly, I kind of want to stream games. Like right now, I am not in the mood to draw. But would I play this game right now? Absolutely. 100%. But, oh well. One day maybe I'll be able to stream games again when I actually have more vibes here. But right now. Anyway. This does look cool. It looks very... It's apparently 40 hours. Like, so for a game like this, that's a lot of content. Again, my biggest thing is I'm just curious how the combat like evolves over time for the player. And it sucks because this is a Nintendo Switch game for me, right? 100%. If this was on the Switch, I probably would have gotten it without questioning. But they're harder. I don't like them as much. March 27th. Does it say? That just randomly says March 27th. It doesn't actually show. Like, does it say somewhere officially that it's coming to the Switch at that time? No. Weird. Super weird that it just notes. It doesn't even say coming. See, so it does say coming to the Switch. It just is coming to Switch later then. So honestly, that March 27th kind of probably makes sense. Does it show here? It was April 17th on the Switch. eShop. Let's see what the eShop shows. Mandragora. So there's not even a listing for it yet. Weird, weird, weird. What are the Steam reviews looking like so far, though? Only 78 of them? Come on. Come on, nerds. Play the game more. Tell me how it is. Rude. I actually had, like, Steam is actually the spot where I somehow have a lot of money. Normally, the kicker right now is I've been playing Marvel Rivals. And Marvel Rivals, I've been playing on Epic Game Store. And if I'm playing on the Epic Game Store, that means I'm not able to use Steam credit to buy the currency, which sucks because I can't get a discount on the it's called Lattice in Marvel Rivals. I can't get a discount on it in any way. And I'm used to always getting discounts on my like currency in video games, and so paying full price feels dumb. I don't like it. But anyway, let's see. What time is it? It's 11:12. I'm gonna have a piece of chocolate as usual. And then we'll start our usual, right? I'll put on, for now though, let's pop up that Spotify. That ska stuff I was talking about, right? Ska Tune Network. Look at this. See this? Go listen to them. 100%. Whatever you're doing, stop it and go listen to this. I'm not talking to the hell. I can ban this person in chat, but I can't remove what they said. Weird. It says it wasn't published to chat, so no one else saw it. But it's weird that I can't. It's weird that I have to see it. I don't want to see it. Get that out of here. Anyway, this is fun. Skytoon Network. Go listen, 100%. Or if you're here on stream, I'll put it on. If you're listening later on YouTube, go listen to them because you're not gonna hear it. Though I am gonna triple check that you're not gonna hear it. Let me put on some just like lo-fi things real quick to make sure this is going to the right channel since everything got borked with my audio and video. Dope. Okay. It is working. Huzzah. Yeah, here. Freaking Scooby-Doo up in here. Yeah, this is what's been stuck in my head since yesterday. It's because I already liked the What's New Scooby-Doo music. Like, yeah. 10 out of 10. Adding some horns, making a little punk. So let's go to iPad. Let's get rid of the display. And let's do some gesture drawing. Select a folder. Everything's kind of borked again because stuff got mixed around. All right, I'm going to switch my coffee actually for water. Just the water that's right here. Okay. Obviously not like a super long thing. It's just the theme music, but and then for those that know the song, you know the song. But yeah, Over the Garden Wall. Potatoes and molasses. So as you can see, based on my old drawings, I've got just a mess of garbage lately. Oh, I did try and draw this. This looked like ass, so I stopped. I forgot. That's why I didn't draw, because I started drawing the one day, and I was like, this looks terrible. I'm not in a mood to draw. I didn't, like, I'll click on it so you guys can see this disgustingness, whatever this is. I don't even know what was going on here. It was supposed to be these stupid other things, the characters from a Draw This in Your Style, but I was not in the mood. I don't think I've done anything really with Emma. I don't remember where we ended with her. She doesn't look much different. I don't know. Man, iPad's taking forever to load things. But yeah, she was, I think I maybe did a little more with her. I still haven't done anything with this guy. This guy was fun. I should, man, yeah, look at this iPad taking forever. I wonder if I load it now, if I go back, does it stay loaded or is it going to do that every time? A little faster, it's cached the information. But anyway, today we are going to start off with our usual anyway. So just some figure drawing. All right, so new layer, new day, new layer, right? This is a darker blue, so let's give ourselves a darker blue to work with. Cool, 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 cool. Oh. So just, oops, okay. very basic, very quick. Let's get, we're going to do like hella messy right now. Let's do that. I don't do it like this much. Let's do where like I don't even lift my pencil kind of vibes and just kind of make it hella messy at the moment, just because that's the energy I have right now. But yeah, I was saying earlier, it is weird that since I don't stream now every day, when I do stream, it kind of feels weird now. Like I'd gotten used to feeling, you know, used to being on stream, doing all this stuff. But now feels almost like weird again. Also, it doesn't help that like I feel like I've been having a harder time reaching people to come hang out. Just because, and so I feel like that's a little discouraging, to be quite transparent, but you know, that's the nature of the beast, and that's fine for now. I've been trying to finish up and do all my editing, right? That's what I've been wanting to do, is to get better with video editing and doing that kind of stuff, and hone that skill set so I can make some cool stuff on other platforms, right? And I'm perfectionisty, right? Like I want to keep working on something till it's done and great. But I finally accepted that, like, you know what? I don't need to do that. I just need to be done with this first piece, because there's already things that I want to change, right? But I'm not going to change from the beginning at this point. Like what's done is done. So I need to just say, hey, cool, we're done with it. And now I can post it and I can start a new one, right? I can just keep going to something different, which is what I need to do. What I kind of want to do next is Patch from X-Men. It's Wolverine's variant, where he's literally got an eye patch. Very, very smart, aptly named, right? Because he's going to be a new skin, presumably with the Hellfire Gala stuff soon. But unfortunately, I can't get my current stuff to render. Like it just doesn't render. Like, I know it sounds silly, like, it just doesn't, no, like, oh god, it genuinely just does not render. I've tried now, not even kidding, right? Not exaggerating, since Monday morning. Monday freaking morning, I started trying to figure this rendering out. I've rendered other things before, nothing crazy. But for some reason, this piece is just not, it is not being compatible with whatever I want to do. And so I've literally now, it is Thursday, and I was still trying to figure stuff out last night before the gym. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm kind of at like, I know my computers pretty well, right? I've been working with computers for my whole life. My dad worked in IT. We had internet before most people. We had a nice computer before most people. I was spoiled in that sense, I'm well aware. And my dad taught me to use a computer and to do it my own, right? Like he showed me what to do, and then it was always like, then it was on me, right? Like I hated it. But I also, like, I hate it because I'm like, Dad, you know computers. Like, do this for me or help me. And he would, like, give me help at very first when I was younger. And then he just straight up stopped. He didn't give me shit for help usually. And, but he was always there if I, you know, needed to double check or needed help with something. But anyway, so I've been using computers my whole life. I build all my PCs, which isn't really that impressive nowadays. But, like, I am a computer person. So to sit here and not know what to do with the computer has been driving me bonkers. I had assumed it was always, it seems very likely to be some sort of NVIDIA issue, right? Some sort of graphic driver problem. But I've literally rolled back to the old ones. There was a new one that just came out yesterday that still is causing issues. Like, no matter what I do, the problem persists. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I really don't know what I'm supposed to do. I've been doing 3 full days of trying to just render, like literally just render a thing, nothing more. Like, and so I've like redone parts of the entire project now. It's still nothing. And so the last thing I did last night was I uninstalled the software entirely, completely uninstalled it, which sucks because I have, over the past few months of learning, I've customized things, and I've also gotten unique scripts and plug-in things and different things that I use that are all part of the project. So I'm going to have to reinstall everything now and see if maybe just a fresh install helps. Like I you know, when you run into a problem and you don't know how to fix it, so you try like everything possible. Like I've done so many random checks and tests now too on like the PC end just to see what's up. I honestly don't know anymore though. Like I don't know how to proceed because I've just been doing it now for all day for 3 days straight. And I think that's kind of why I'm off too today, like because I don't know what to, like, in my head, I can't stop thinking about it. Like I just want to be done with it. So I can't, like, I don't want to focus on anything else. Like I have that mindset where it's like, yeah, there's other things to do, sure, but I didn't finish the thing I wanted to do yet. So if I haven't been able to finish the thing I want to do, I don't get to do anything else yet. Like I you know what I mean? Like that's what I need to finish. But yeah, so I literally have posted on like the forums even, and I was trying to get help. Nobody helped the first, because I actually had the problem last week, but it wasn't as bad. Because it was actually like internal stuff happening, not even like before I even tried to render. Whereas now the actual renders aren't happening. And so I posted, I was like, dude, I don't know what to do anymore. And so I've got somebody responded, like one of the tech guys there responded. So I'm really hoping, I sent them some more logs and stuff like that they can figure out something. I don't know. It's stressing me the hell out though. Like I can't focus on other things. Like I said, like I just, even here where I'm not supposed to be doing it, I'm still thinking about it, right? I'm talking about it. I'm stressing. It's annoying. Okay, so now I uninstalled everything and I re-downloaded the installer and stuff. But so I need to now, after I eat today after stream, I'm going to have to try and reinstall everything, set everything back up the way I had it, and see if, I mean, it's one of those things where I'm like 90% sure that that's not going to fix anything. But again, like yesterday, I also did an entire diagnostics check on my RAM. Like I'm literally trying like everything that I can because it's coming up with different errors each time. Like sometimes the software just crashes completely. Sometimes it comes up with a error code 700, which is a GPU issue, it says. And then other times it actually goes to a blue screen of death. Like it literally shits out the entire PC in the process. So like, I really don't know, like at all, what it could be. Because it's a little bit of everything. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of garbage. I'm gonna smack it back. Like I don't know. So with having the problem persist in like 18 different permutations, how am I supposed to troubleshoot that then? when it's kind of different each time. Um, and again, I really thought it was a GPU driver issue, but I was thinking, oh, because I rolled back and I'm using such an old one, it's working, but not able to work to its best, I guess. But then the new update finally came out again. They completely, NVIDIA's been effed. And so they like, this whole year, NVIDIA's drivers have been terrible and plagued with issues. And so they took forever and they finally came out with like what was supposed to be like the end all, like, hey, we fixed all of this garbage. And so excited to download that yesterday when it came out and it went live, but to no avail. Unfortunately, it did not really help the issues that were plaguing me and my setup personally. Like, it fixed some of the things that the old drivers were doing, so I can actually be on a new driver now at least, but like it didn't like fix the other problems. And then it's annoying when you look at things online and like everything online is the same. Like everything online ends up being like, is it one of these 6 issues? No, it's not. I've already done those troubleshooting steps like 48 times. You know what I mean? Like there's only so many things. And so that's like 80% of what the internet is. Like, so it's funny, you look at like any of my search, like whenever I search for stuff, every link, everything I try and find, it's already been clicked on. Because my brain's like, yep, already looked at it. Because I've just been Googling and searching stuff nonstop, whether I'm here on the computer doing it, whether I'm at the gym and I have a new way of thinking of it to ask the question or search for different problems that could be pertaining to it, whether I'm on my phone, on the friggin' toilet, even, like, you know what I mean? Like everything. I'm just, like I said, it's kind of pervaded my every thought. So I'm really, really, really hoping that it's not going to somehow persist beyond a week. Like, you know what I mean? That I have it solved by this weekend, which means I have to somehow figure it out today or tomorrow. So we'll see. I'm not holding my breath. Which is why, like, I didn't even feel like doing art right now, just because I'm like not feeling creative, right? Like, because the one creative venture I've been trying to finish with the videos has been causing me nothing but grief. Like, the actual software keeps crashing. Even before it was rendering, it was having all these issues. And then, like, now that I'm just trying to call it quits for this singular video and be done, it's even causing issues. So I'm just like, the thing that I've been trying to do to be creative has been so borked that like my brain just doesn't want to. I'm like, yeah, I'll play some games or something, or I'll do this, but like my brain just does not want to be creative because it feels defeated in its creativity, kind of, which is obviously a terrible thing. But I mean, that's just how our brains work. I can quote unquote control it, but also not really. It gets to a point where like you can only do so much. This is an interesting perspective for this one. Again, not that any of these drawings are looking good by any means. Like I said, I'm in a non-creative mood and I haven't drawn in a week. So it's like, ooh, those juices are not flowing. I tell you what. They are quite the opposite of flowing. They're stuck. That's okay. Just power through. And I may end early then today just because, you know, if I'm not vibing, it's no fun to watch then either. So I may end stream a little earlier than my usual, but we'll see. Yeah. It always looks funny when I shrink them really little. Like, goodbye, itty bitty. So I've talked about it a lot. We don't watch TV enough compared to like most people. And by enough, I mean like to be able to stay relevant with everything else going on, like with how much television's released and stuff. And so it's funny because like Daredevil's been coming out, right? Daredevil on Disney comes out Tuesdays. And so we've been watching them every Tuesday. We've been really good. I think maybe one time we missed because there was two of them. They dropped two at the same time, and we were not prepared for that because we didn't have time. We have just enough time to watch one episode usually on Tuesday night, and but at any rate, the way we watch it is like, you know, we'll usually have time to watch something generally Tuesday night, and then probably usually not Thursday night. We usually don't have enough time Thursday night the way our schedules work out. And then on the weekend, it depends on what we're doing, right? Like if we're doing stuff on the weekend, like this weekend's Easter, I don't know, maybe we won't have time, but probably will, honestly. Like we're not doing too much early, and I think we're only doing stuff on Sunday. But anyway, we are usually behind. Either way, we're behind. And so we were super bummed because Andor is the new Star Wars television show. Or, I mean, it's the second season, but like the new one coming to Disney next after Daredevil now. And so we're like, okay, cool. Another one that we can watch once a week. Wrong. They're dropping 3 episodes every week. Why do you hate me, Disney? Why do you hate me like this? Why you gotta do that? There's no way in hell we are going to be able to keep up with that. Like, nada, zilch, no way. You lose, you get nothing. Like, no way are we going to keep up with that. Maybe if that's all we watch, then we'll have to watch it on the weekends too, though. Like, that's a lot. And it gets boring. Like, I don't want to watch all of that. Like, I like the fact that we have a ton of different types of shows usually. You know what I mean? We've got like competition shows. We'll have a baking show we'll be watching. We'll have more of a lighthearted sitcom. We'll have maybe like a bigger science fiction or fantasy thing, or, you know, all these things. Like, we'll have a whole lot of different things at our disposal. So when we do watch stuff on the weekend, then it's a nice like mix of like, okay, it's not just one or the other, like of energy of type of show. But what is funny then is, so this weekend was The Last of Us season 2 started. Last of Us, the first one, the game, one of my favorite narrative experiences of all time. Like, transcends television, movie. Like, that game is one of the best narrative experiences I've been able to be engaged with. That said, I loved the first season then. I think they did a great job. Like, honestly, such a good job of taking the source material and expanding on certain things, right? Like obviously you're playing a game, so the things you do are different, but they were able to take some of those moments and make them so engaging for the viewer, or take moments and expand on them, right? Like that episode with Nick Offerman, like that was an entire backstory that we just got alluded to as the player, right? We never saw more than that. But the fact that there was a whole episode that was one of the best episodes of television, honestly, I would argue, like that was absolutely phenomenal. It was just so good. But anyway, I digress. I can talk about how much I liked that show, which is not really the point I'm trying to make. But we normally on weekends, if we watch something, generally, unless we're doing like we're out and about Saturday night with like something going on, generally Saturday is the day that we end up having more time. Saturday is the day we take off of the gym. Saturday, at least that is the only day I take. Sunday through Friday is my gym schedule. And so Saturday is the one day I've got off. And so especially, even if we do stuff throughout the day, we usually have ample time at night. Whereas Sunday, we go to the gym. We usually have to like, I'll go grocery shopping. We'll have more like odds and ends to get done too. And it's one of those ones where Sunday night gets away from us very often. So we normally don't have enough time Sunday to watch like these new shows that are always an hour plus long, right? Like we just don't have enough time for it. And so Saturday came around, and of course we had a ton of time. Like surprisingly, the way our schedule worked out when we came home after, I don't even remember all that we did. We went to like the Arboretum out here and did some nice stuff there. But anyway, by the time we got back, I was like, well, crap. It's actually like quote unquote early for us with how much time we have to put something on. And I was like, man, I really wish Last of Us went live now on Saturday. But for those that don't know, it goes live on Sundays. And so I was like, damn it. Because I was like, I had a feeling we weren't going to have enough time to watch it Sunday, but we definitely would have enough time Saturday. But of course, that is not the way the cookie crumbled for us. And so we, spoiler alert, we didn't end up having time Sunday to watch it, which is not surprising. I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen. But so we did finally, I was like, well, we've got time to watch, like maybe we watch a movie, because like I don't watch movies all that much. I end up watching TV a lot more than I would a movie. And so I have talked about it on stream. I've been watching with my girlfriend. We've been watching the Alien movies because I love the Alien movies. It's one of those things where as a kid it scared the hell out of me, but now like as an adult I've watched them, and it's something I've talked about before. It's something that scared me as a kid, but then now growing up and having watched them, I really appreciate them and like them, and it's become a comfort in that it was something that frightened me, but now as an adult I really enjoy it. So it has this weird, I don't know. I really like the original Alien movies. But anyway, we've been rewatching. We watched 1 and 2, and then we didn't end up watching 3 because I hated 3 comparatively. And but then I was like, you know what? Let's just skip to the new series of films that they're doing, right? And so we ended up watching Prometheus, right? It was the first one, and then Covenant. And so I've been excited to see Romulus, but we never got to see it because she hadn't really ever seen the movie, so we were trying to get her caught up. And so I was like, you know what? It's Romulus time. And so we actually finally went and put on Romulus. It was good. I was very excited to finally watch. I've been wanting to see that, since it was announced. So being able to see that movie was good. But it was funny that we watched it because we didn't have access to The Last of Us, and now The Last of Us we are already behind on. So, TV stuff always behind. That was the moral. The whole through point is even when we're almost not behind, we still end up being behind. That said, I really liked that movie. Like I said, it definitely didn't move the needle, right? Like it wasn't like, it didn't break new ground. It didn't, frankly, tell any new story to the world. Like I don't think we gained anything. narratively. Like Prometheus was a lot, right? Prometheus was a lot, and Covenant had a good amount too, like of lore, right? There was a ton of lore to the world that we get, whereas this one felt very much just an homage in a way to like, hey, this is old original Alien vibes, right? Like it was a straight like horror kind of movie, and it didn't really need to push the needle. Like it wasn't telling a new story even. Like it was very similar vibes from the original, and I was okay with that. Like I didn't really want like yes, I want to see more of the world and see more expanded universe stuff, but also I'm cool with what they gave us. So I can see how it kind of got mixed reviews because the new movies were kind of like exploring new territory for the universe, whereas this one then kind of was just like, yo, what up? There's an alien, watch out. But I liked it. I'm cool with just, yo, what up? I'm an alien. But yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully, today's Thursday, so we're definitely not going to watch The Last of Us today. But maybe tomorrow on Friday, we'll be able to. Or Saturday. I don't think we've got anything Friday or Saturday. Sunday's pretty busy, but not in the evening anyway. So maybe we'll be able to watch both episodes. That's a lofty goal though. And it's weird because like I said, like these shows are heavy though. Like I like being able to watch different things in between. Like as much as I love The Last of Us, that doesn't mean it's like a very good vibed show that like I want to have on a lot. Like I don't necessarily want to watch it. You know, the world itself right now has a lot of shit going on to say the least, especially living here in the US. So it's like, do I want to watch The Last of Us in our limited time that we watch? Do I want to watch The Last of Us 2 of the 2 days we get to watch TV? I don't know. We'll see. I stretched her proportions and made her, because since she was so lanky, I kind of wanted to make her very like lanky bottom, heavy, stretchy kind of energy. This woman, as I've just been yapping. Yip, yap, yappity yap. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, this is a weird perspective one too. All right, well, let's figure it out. I guess I should look. I know I just mentioned having another episode to this weekend. Maybe there's not even a new episode um, of The Last of Us since it's Easter weekend, but I'm sure there is. They don't care. I finally got around to, so I've been behind on a lot of comics, to say the least. But like, especially on like modern, like more mainstream comics, I'm way behind on. Like, I've missed so much like main story arcs with Marvel and DC that I just pretty much have been independent comic book vibed for many years, for many years now at this point. But so I haven't read like any of the major X-Men story arcs in like the past 10 or 15 years probably. Like I've seen glimpses or I'll read some things here and there, but I don't like sit down and actually like have the whole arc, right? And like really sit down and read all of it. But I finally went back and read all of House of M, and I finished that the other day. But it ended in such a way that I was like, wait a second. I thought there was a more conclusive end to this. I had remembered. There was not. It was just like straight up like, hey, yeah, by the way, there's no more mutants at the very end. You're like, wait, what? So now I need to find the decimation, which is like after House of M. But yeah, it was good. It was a good read. Basically Wanda goes apeshit, and after she kills a bunch of Avengers and does all this stuff, they're trying to figure out what to do with her, and they're going to kill her essentially, but then something happens, and they figure out like something happened where she created a new world, like a new reality entirely, where like everyone gets what they wanted and blah 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 blah, and they think it was Magneto the whole time, but it wasn't. It was actually Pietro because he didn't want his sister to die, and they finally were like together in a good way, good family kind of energy and stuff like that, and yada yada yada. That was pretty cool. Pretty good read. Pretty good. I'm basically getting into, because I want to read the Krakoan stuff. I have House of X and Powers of X behind me, but I never ended up getting the full story arc of that. And then now, since it's in Rivals and stuff, I really wanted to have better understanding and backstory for all of it. But to get there, I kind of wanted to catch back up on. I mean, House of M is like 10 years old at this point, so it's like it's been a while. And this looks ugly. Okay, goodbye. You are. When they're really ugly, I make them real little. Nobody needs to see this shit. Itty bitty. Bye. Speaking of Rivals and Marvel stuff, super bummed. So they announced the other day that they were going to do color customization, right? And when you hear the word customization and then custom colors, that means you can pick your own, right? Custom, make your own. And so everyone was super stoked because it seemed like they were going to release it where you can change the palettes. Like, hey, I want this to be white and this to be blue and this to be red, or do all black and red palette swaps for skins you've already purchased then. And they introduced a new currency for it and all these things. So it made it seem like, oh, it's a whole new like function. And so it would make sense to have like a one-time purchase for each skin. And then you move on and have the ability to customize the colors for that individual skin at a premium price. Made perfect sense, better than most games, and I was super impressed. I was like, holy cow, that's actually pretty cool. Until lo and behold, it was released this morning. And it is not color customization at all. It is just a different color swap that they make for a skin you already own. So like my Psylocke skin that I love, it's purple, right? It's purple because it's her original outfit, which is purple. Excuse me. And so I would have assumed by telling me I can customize the colors, I could then make that black with gold accent, or red and green, or whatever obnoxious combination I wanted. Or maybe I could literally take her old purple outfit and make it blue and yellow and have it be like a weird hybrid of the old retro X-Men costume colors with her first appearance colors in purple. Like, cool stuff, right? Wrong. They just go, oh, no. We're just giving you an extra color swap for it that you pay for. So it's not that I get to make my own custom color. It's, hey, that costume you bought that's purple, you can buy a white version of it now. Really? That, like, don't market it as custom colors, because that's not customization. That is a palette swap, right? We have terms in the industry, in the gaming world, and those all exist, but everyone always tries to make their own to be, I mean, really, it's to get attention. I feel like at this point, like, it's just to sound different and stand out. But like, dude, it's a palette swap skin that you're buying, a singular one. Don't tell me you can customize, because I'm not customizing anything. I'm picking between two things. That's not me being able to have any sort of control over the thing. That's just a different version of the same skin that you're pre-making for me. Like, I don't customize anything in that. So that was a super bummer, because I was genuinely excited about that, because they had shown that off before, that was going to be a thing that you could change the colors, and everyone's been hyping it up. And then when you give it to us and it's like, oh, never mind then. Like, that's not what you told us it would be, and that's not what we wanted it to be, kind of thing. So it was like I'm sure it's still going to sell. People are still going to buy them. Like, am I even still tempted to get because they're not that expensive. Am I tempted because there's that one white and gold for Psylocke? Yeah, that looks good. Not gonna lie. But also, it is drastically not what I had and the community had built it up to be. It's just like, oh, okay, I guess that's not bad by any means, but it's not. If you had told us you were gonna do, it's like over-promising kind of thing, right? Like, had you told me from the get-go that's what it was, I would have tempered my expectations and I would have been fine with it. But when you tell me it's going to be something different, that's where then disappointment happens. And disappointment is not a good feeling you want when you're asking people to purchase something, or, you know, like, have some sort of financial input to a thing. Like, that's not always the best emotion to have tied or linked with stuff like that. But it's like, if you're like estimating a timeline, right? So if someone says like, hey, when is this going to be done? I need a timeline. And you know, as an artist, I used to do this all the time in my studios. Like, you overestimate the time it'll take you, right? If you think it'll take you 3 days, right? Don't tell them 3 days. What if you screw up? What if there's an issue? What if it takes longer? If it takes you more than 3 days, then you've underpromised, right? Or you overpromised on like what you could do. And so then there's disappointment attached to it, right? If I told you 3 days and it takes me 4 days because I ran into an issue and something was not processed. My renders this week, right? Like, I'm not able to render. What if you run into a stupid issue like that like persists for a long time and you can't resolve it? Well, now you look like the fool, right? Like, you messed up. You overpromised on what you could do. And now there's disappointment attached to whatever you've delivered, right? So it doesn't matter what it is or how good it is. You already innately have a negative attachment to the thing because it was late or different or wrong or whatever it might be. But in this instance, late is the example. That like, okay, you said it would be 3 days of welcome. But obviously, if you underpromise and you say, I think it's going to take me 5 days, right? Give it to me Monday, I'll have it done by Friday. Because your plan is to have it done by Wednesday, right? But you don't know what's going to happen. So something happens and you have it done by Thursday still, right? Then now you underpromised, so now it looks good. Like, you hand it to them on Thursday and they're like, oh, nice, I was expecting it Friday. You got it done earlier. Yeah, no problem. Like, now you're a winner. Like, and so that's the same with like games and any sort of information you're conveying to the public. Then is don't overpromise the thing, because then when you get the product and it's less than what you promised, then people will be disappointed, right? Like then it's like, oh, I thought it was gonna be more than this, and you're like, oh no. So never overpromise, unfortunately, because it's just not worth it. Like yes, there's a time and place to overpromise something. Obviously, I'm not an idiot, but like more often than not, just don't. Don't mind me, I'm just taking way longer on this and cleaning it up because I feel like it. I won't go back. Bum, 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 bum. It's funny, the other day. So I've talked about a lot. I don't eat like anything crazy, right? Like I'm pretty boring, my diet. Even when we go out to eat, I'm usually pretty boring. So it was this weekend we went. We've got an arboretum here by us. It's super nice. We've got like a membership, so we go when we can, and it's just nice to relax, go there. They've got like a cute shop that we wanted to look at for like our parents for Easter and stuff and birthdays coming up. And so we went there. It was a nice day. The weather was nice. It was nice and sunny. It's been cold-ish, but the sun really made it nice and warm, which was good. And so we were going to go grab food after. And excuse me. There was a restaurant that my girlfriend had been to with her sister, and she's like, "Oh, this was really good. You'd like it." I was like, "Cool, let's go." They had all these salads that you can get as a wrap then too, and I was like, "Oh, I love when places do that." Like it's a simple thing, but man, I really like it. But so it's like a gastro pub though, this place where they've got like all these different things and ways to eat and do, you know, like all these different things. And it's funny, the dude comes and he's super nice guy, the waiter. And he goes and he does his whole spiel, but he's talking like for a while. And like, I mean, I'm talkative too. So like I started striking up random conversation with him, but he was telling us all these different things about the food, about the alcohol, about this, about that. And like, we knew full well what we were getting though, but we didn't like interrupt him to stop his spiel. And in retrospect, we probably should have. But he was explaining all of these things that sounded good. Like, I'm not a fool. Like, obviously they sound good. But we were literally getting 2 wraps that we already knew that we were going to get because we had just peeked at the menu and we're like, yep, that looks good enough. Like, that's the vibe that we wanted, right? And so I felt bad that he literally talked for that whole time. And then my girlfriend's like, oh, no, we're just going to get this, though. When he's like, oh, I'll let you guys think about it. And she's like, oh, no, we already know what we're getting. And his face was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, sorry. And then it's funny because like our eating schedule is weird, right? So we eat at, it's like that's our first dinner, right? At like 4 or like 5 to 6 o'clock is like first dinner. And then second dinner is at like 10 p.m., right? So I told him, I was like, oh no, we're just getting, you know, it's everything you said sounded great, blah, 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 blah. This is our, you know, a lighter meal first, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh, really? He's like, this is usually my dinner. And I was like, yeah, not for us. We weird. But I felt bad. The poor guy was just like, all right, well, you guys made me spiel that whole time. Couldn't have shut me up. I never know what to do in that instance, right? Like, what's more polite? Because you don't want to waste the person's time, right? But you don't want to interrupt them to be like, yeah, I don't care, right? Like, that's a weird one. Not sure what, yeah, and I'm sure that's up to each person too, like the waiter as to what they would prefer, but I would be curious if there's like a poll, right? Like, what's the general consensus? What's the vibes, you know? Look at this butt I drew. Wow. So cheeky. The nose is pretty big. That's fine. Oopsies. Again, doesn't really matter. I don't know why I'm sitting here noodling over this. I think it's because, like I said, I'm not in like a super drawing mode. So I don't really want to move on from doing figure drawing, I think, today. We'll see. I might be weird and just stick to figure drawing just because I'm not vibing with anything else, but we'll see. boom, 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 boom. Another piece of chocolate? I think so. Dove. We see her arm back here just a little. I forgot. Just a bit. Or she's holding a book. Not reading it. She's just kind of not quite sure what this pose is, to be honest, but the pose was a way to show her butt, I'm guessing. And she's holding a book, so. So I've been watching, talked about it before, to Evil, the show, and it got canceled by Paramount. 4 seasons long. Pretty good show. I liked it a lot. First season sucked. Second season, first season was great. Second season got weird. Third season redeemed it and got real good. Fourth season was just bizarre as hell. And I had been it was like hyping up a big thing for the finale for the season. And like, because it's the last we have total, like there's no more of the show, I was excited. Like, okay, it's going to be dope. It's building this up. Wrong. I kind of hated the season finale. And as of right now, unless it gets picked back up, series finale then. Which is always such a bummer when you're so invested in a show and then it's just over and you don't feel satisfied about it. You're like, oh, huh. It's hard to like remember the show fondly. I get it when it's a bummer. Like, obviously, Game of Thrones was the biggest thing where, like, holy crap, did people poop on that? Which I think that was unwarranted, I think, to an extent. But everyone's got their opinions and they are valid because they're your opinions on something like that. It's not a factual thing like certain things going on in the world right now where it's like, oh no, those are human decency things or a different person. No, if you didn't vibe with the thing, you didn't vibe with the thing. But it just sucks when like that kind of then like my memory of the thing is the end of it rather than all of the good things, right? But I don't know. I still think it was a good show. The ending wasn't bad, I guess, either. It was, I had pictured it to be more, is all. And I think that's the biggest problem is like in our heads, we hype stuff up. And like that's the thing that me and my buddies do all the time too. It's like there's a new thing coming out, right? And then we have a really fun idea for that thing, let's say. And it sounds fantastic. But then in your head, you're like, well, shoot. Now, if that's not how it actually is or how it works, now I'm just going to be bummed out, you know? And so it's kind of like a double-edged sword getting hyped for stuff because then it's like, well, if you pictured something different than what the reality is, you're going to be disappointed because you got excited and accustomed to whatever the reality was that you had painted already. why I'm noodle again. Like I said, not in a super drawing mode, but I wanted to still stream, so that's why I'm just sitting here noodling over some of these figure drawings for way too long. But apparently, I noodle over the one with a big old butt. Actually, her head looks huge now in comparison to. Let's shrinky dink that down. Not quite Goomba levels, but. That's good enough. Okay, we'll call this one done. We shall be done. Zoop. Does she fit? She's straight up and down, so I feel like she should go over to the side, right? Sure. Good idea, Britton. Good idea. Good idea. I wonder here, I'm going to go, how do I switch out of this? Let's go to a different folder. Let's. Okay, we're going to draw ones with clothes, which I guess I can show you guys then, I guess, right? Yeah, I don't know. This is a lot to draw for a quick one, though. This is cool looking. I like this pirate. I forget, like I said, when I buy some of these packs, I forget what's what. I've gotten these over the years. This is tough. Oh man, I've gone from the nude figure. Maybe this wasn't a good idea because I just said how I've been drawing poorly and now I'm doing more because I feel like having to draw clothes is a whole other ball game. It's like you kind of have to imagine the figure inside, which I kind of like. Obviously, we should be drawing the thing with the clothes, but I'm trying to. I still have a hard time without like visualizing what's underneath. Like how she's got pinkies out while holding a not quite a flintlock pistol or flintlock pistol or anything, but just some sort of. That's funny. Pinkies out. That's how we hold. That's how pirates hold their guns. She's got like a good swagger, right? She's real heavily leaning. And this leg is super forward. And this guy is cocked back a little. Foot's making contact with more of the ball, right? And then picked up. Okay, so then throwing on some. This is fluffy ass clothes, man. What the? Like this sleeve encompasses the whole damn side here. Weird. Can't say I've really drawn too many pirate outfits before. Whew, this was maybe a mistake, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not in the mindset to draw like this kind of clothing. I didn't think it was going to be this intense when I went back to this. Face feels a little small, but that's fine. We're gonna be moving on from this in a second anyway. I'm struggling. The fluffiest thing, these shirts. I'm gonna cover up the hand. I made it too short. Just do a new one. Just make it hella messy, because, you know. These pants are just like, it's literally a pants full of wrinkles. This whole damn pant is just wrinkle on wrinkle on wrinkle on wrinkle on wrinkle. All right, I think we're good with this one. That's good. This is a weird energy, but we're there. Let's see. I guess I don't know what else the other clothed images look like, what kind of outfits they are. So I guess we're in for a surprise, all of us. Man, all the pants are so wide. Like, it feels like all these pants that they've got for these models to wear were like just sitting in massive storage, like folded away forever. And they're like, hey, this is what you can wear. Why does it look so like, I get it, it's a thin material, but like, damn, that shit's wrinkly. Oops, that's not right. Oops, hold on. It's funny in my the game room, in all of the rooms here upstairs, it's obviously I'm always wearing hoodies, right? It's Midwest here, so I've 9 times out of 10 have hoodies on, especially like for 9 months out of the year. And so I'm like, The person who has like those door hooks all the time with just hoodies out the ass, right? Hanging. And it's funny because like the game room here has gotten so bad. It was just one of those single hooks. So it was like a hook with 2 hooks on it. Like real little, just a single one you hang on the door frame, right? And the door is like 9 times out of 10, it's open. You don't see the other side. At least like, you know, like my girlfriend never, like if she, unless she comes in here and closes the door and pays attention, you're not really going to see that, right? And if when we have people over, the door is just wide open. But it's funny because the door has not been able to stay open because there's been so many hoodies. And it's like impossible to put a hoodie away or get a new hoodie without the whole thing just like falling over and I need to rehang everything. Is a pain in the ass. Like super duper pain in the butt. And you know when you have something for so long, you just don't think about it though, right? Like you're like, yeah, that's just the way it is. It's fine. And my girlfriend's like, why the hell do you not just buy a new hook? Like the bigger ones. And I was like, I honestly literally didn't even think of that because I'm an idiot and I'm just dealing with, you know, what we've got. You know, I'm working with what we got. And so I ordered a new one. Obviously, they're very easy to get off Amazon. And it came in and it was decent sized. It was fine. But like the cheap metal, I went to go screw it and it completely just crunched under my hand. Like I forget that like, I don't know, I have a problem when I like tighten things. My brain goes, yeah. You tighten it till you feel it's tight, right? But like you forget your own strength at times too, and you need to remember how weak a lot of this material is. And so my brain always likes to screw things or giggity, do things until like I really feel tension. But I'm always like, I forget you can't do that with Amazon random garbage like that. Sometimes you need to just be like, yep, that's tight enough. So it completely broke and I had to get a new one. But the new one came. And yeah, I don't know why I hadn't just done that earlier because it was 1,000 times nicer. It is 1,000 times nicer now having the things properly hanging, like with enough space. I mean, it's still kind of crowded, but a net win for sure. But it is nice. I was just looking at it. That's why I saw. I was like, oh look, hoodies are not falling every time I grab one. It looks like, or the one I grabbed today that I'm wearing right now, it didn't topple everything over. Man, I cannot draw right now. These are rough. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. If you came for good art, apparently today was not the day. If you came though, you should have maybe tips for how to fix my computer, because that would be even better. Like you provide me fixes, please. Because as soon as I'm done with stream, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Is back to hitting my head against the wall. Trying to get DaVinci Resolve to work. And it's weird because everything else, like I'm not really having issues in any other software, right? Like my games are working fine. OBS here is working fine to record. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not running into like major issues elsewhere. So it feels very much software bound, right? Like it's not like, I don't know. I don't freaking know. I don't know why she has such a beefy arm there. Don't worry about it. I did not feel like drawing a head, apparently. That was good enough. Okay, yeah, this clothed option, man, it's been a long time since I focused on doing this kind of stuff. Yikers. What else do we got? Same outfit. No, like, oh my god, George, seriously just have, these are weird. So I either have super pirate, whatever that pose is. We just zoom in and draw the feet. Be weirdos. We got a lot of the pirate girl. I like that. The lighting looks cool though. Not that apparently I can draw. You know what? Let's just draw. Let's focus on her face, right? Let's just draw a face because I've been drawing poorly anyway. Let's just. Excuse me. She got a lot of hair, this girl. Hard to simplify actually when you've got that much. I'm apparently drawing this. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to shrink this one. This is just where we're drawing it. I don't care. Who's going to stop me? Nobody. Nobody can stop me. Do we draw, like, do we allude to... I mean, the hair technically is all the way. Yeah, this hair just keeps going. And then there's a little bit of a necklace down here. Do we draw? We'll draw a little bit of this area just so we kind of have an idea. Oops. Okay. Let's blacken the face. Kind of. So she's looking up, right? Those are pretty high up then. Pretty straight-ish nose. Nose just doesn't break. So it's like a weird 3/4 where the nose just doesn't quite break the bounds. Mouth kind of does. Yeah. This looks rough. It'll look better, I promise. Or not. Maybe it won't. I don't promise shit. kind of is right here with the hair. Sometimes that helps, like when I look at stuff like where the other landmarks are when I'm blocking all these shapes in real quick. So you can kind of see where the part sets around the other part of the head, like their features. This trick's on me. Wow, these eyes suck. I'll look at them after I fix other things. Bum, 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 on me. So my buddies were here for C2E2. It's a big convention here in Chicago. For those that don't know, like an anime, kind of like our Comic-Con, if you will, right? Lots of panels, lots of cool stuff. So I was super excited that I told him, because he lives up north, like in Minnesota, and I told him, I was like, hey man, when you were down next, you need to let me know, like, because he does come to Illinois every once in a while. And I was like, you really need to let me know when you make your way down here so I can make time to see you, right? Like, it's been a long time. I would love to spend time and see you. And so he's like, well, we're coming down for C2E2, but it's going to be, you know, a little crunched for time, because they've got, for those that don't go to conventions, there's like, one, they're just busy as F. And two, he had all of his like panels and stuff set that he wanted to go to and do everything. And his wife does a bunch of cool cosplay, so she had a whole thing set up with a photo shoot and all these things. So like there was a lot going on. And so we decided, I was like, okay, well, it'll be best for just like Thursday then, like right after work, when they get there, then we can swing down or swing up to the city and hang out and at least just have dinner, right? Like, nothing, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but sometimes even just seeing a friend for a small amount of time is great, right? Like, if you don't see someone for so long, yes, would I like to spend more time? Absolutely. But is an hour better than no hour? Like, yeah, 100%. And so I was excited. We made time. We went up there. But so I'll fill y'all in on something. I don't like going to Chicago because I don't know the parking situations ever. Parking is a weird thing that stresses me out, because like, if you do it wrong, your car can get towed or you get fined or this and that, right? So like, parking is and always will be for me a weird stressor. Like, I don't know. I feel like information isn't as like readily available when you're looking at parking, and parking itself is usually then in the city pricey and hard to come by and this and that. And so I was like, I looked up like a parking deck to go to when we got there, and it was wrong. We got there and everything was borked. It wasn't quite where it was. The one was full, this and that, and I was like, I don't know what to do, because like, the problem with parking is you're driving. You can't just stop, right? It's hard to just be like, oh, let me just regroup, check my phone. It's like this needlessly stupid stress. I hate it. Not a fan. Like, we don't go to Chicago all that much, even though it's not that far from us at all. But like, when we do, we have like, I found the one parking deck that I absolutely love. By like, it's easy, it's cool, it's right where I used to work, and it's like central to all the things we go to, and it's perfect, right? That's where we go. This, however, meeting them for dinner was in a completely different spot. And so I couldn't use that parking spot. So I'm looking, no dice. And honestly, this sounds really dumb. I don't do street parking in Chicago just because it throws me off. Like, I've never really done it. Again, I sound like an idiot. I live here in Illinois. Chicago is like essentially a stone's throw of a backyard for me, but we never went all that much. And when we did, obviously my parents drove, but then as an adult, I never ended up going all that much. And when I did, it was always for like big events or like we're staying there for things. So like I would always get like legitimate parking. And so I've never really street parked. And so we're looking and looking. And finally we're like, okay, well, we'll just, if we see something on the side of the, on the street, we'll just park there. It's fine. And keep in mind, we had driven all around at this point. The places we were going to park, I was like, well, crap, that's going to be way too much of a walk. With a set timeline we already have that's pretty crunched. You know what I mean? Like we don't have the luxury of parking further. Even though I like to walk, it doesn't work, right, for timing. And so we're going, looking all around. And finally there's a spot on the side of on the street, right? There's street parking. And we see the little like meters. They're all digital meters now, obviously, in the city. And I was like, okay, cool, we'll park here. There was a spot. We park. The meter says you don't even need to pay for parking at that time of the day. It was a Thursday evening. It was like, yeah, you don't need to pay today. And I'm like, oh, okay. Only to look up, and I didn't even realize. My girlfriend started laughing at me and made fun of me. I didn't realize we parked next to the restaurant. Literally all of that. And we parked next to the restaurant, and I didn't even realize it. I was like, holy, I'm an idiot. We wasted all of this time looking for like a more legitimate spot, if you will, only to find parking next to the restaurant that we were going to go to anyway. So that was a journey, and I felt dumb, but what's new? That said, the dinner was really nice, and seeing my friends was great. It's been too long. So that was a very good time. And it looks like they were keeping me posted and stuff. It looks like the actual convention itself was very nice too then. So it looks like they had a good time while here. Yeah, she dressed up as Vi from League of Legends. And then her good friend dressed up as Kate then. And when I say dressed up, I mean like she's a craft person. Like she's made like the entire Monster Hunter armor. She's done all like armors and stuff like that. Like she goes full out, and like she's got a massive craft room in their house and stuff like that. Like she doesn't mess around. So I was excited to see what she had cooked up for this convention. And I was not disappointed. She looked real good. And then my buddy, that's his wife. And it's funny because he's like, yep, I'm going as nerd. And I'm like, yep, you're nailing it. He's not one to... He'll dress up a little bit with her here and there, but that's like not... I feel like that's more of if she wants it. He is one of the most supportive and good sports people you'll meet, but also he's not one to do that on his own as much, I feel like. The restaurant was good. It was like a Mexican restaurant, but we ate the food, and I got like fajitas and then tacos. It was funny because like the tacos came in three, right? Like you ordered the plate and it had three. And my stupid brain, when I ordered, because girlfriend and I were splitting like the fajitas and tacos, then we were just gonna get a little bit of both and then take whatever we did and eat home. And my stupid self went to go order, and I mentioned 3 of the tacos, meaning because there's 3 tacos in the order. But like the dude looked at me, and my friends were like, how hungry are you? Because like I'm not someone to eat like a whole lot. Like that's not my. I eat a good amount in good portions and stuff like that. But like, so, like the dude looked at me and the kid was like, I don't know, like a 20 something waiter, and he looked at me, he's like, dude, you want 9? Because I was like, no, 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 no. I just meant like because it's the order of 3, I'll just take the one. He's like, oh, that makes a lot more sense. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. It was like one of those moments you felt like super stupid. I was like, no, I am not eating that much. Because we didn't even close to finish all the food we got anyway when we were there. And then we still did. It gave both of us. I didn't get any gas or anything that day, but then I ate some of the leftovers and I was like burping and farting like a machine, like, but in like that uncomfortable kind of like oof kind of bloaty way. So I was like, I don't know what the hell's up with that. It was perfect the first day. Sitting in the car while we drove home apparently made it extra farty. You know how it you know how that be. Mm-hmm. Okay. Today is not the day. I've been vibing listening to the all this random ska that I put on though. I'll take that as a net win for the morning. For sure. Yeah, I am just not my drawing skills today are I don't know where they went. If you found them, could you please send them my way? They're lost. Put up a sign, on the street. Help. Lost. Please send back to owner. He would like to be able to draw again. Please. Holy F. Is it time for another piece of chocolate? I feel like when I'm doing real bad, I'm like, give me that chocolate. It is not. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. Oh, crap-ola. Okay. Let's take a better look. Let me just block in more of the hair up here just to not be drawing right there for the moment. The Yaiba, the anime I've been excited about. Second episode was last week. Very, very good. There's one that like I'm genuinely looking forward to each episode. And it's cute because it feels like I said last stream, I think. It feels like I was just like, when I put it on, it feels like I'm just watching Cartoon Network and I'm like a little kid again. Like 100% feels like that. And I haven't had stuff that's able to like capture that as nicely as that. You know, like it really feels fun and special. So I'm very happy. Every time there's a new episode now, I'm like, all right, let's get it, Yaiba. Let's do this. Which is why, like I said, I started watching the Dragon Quest as well. Just because I've been in like a old school anime energy. Watching like, because there's the new show of My Hero Vigilantes, right? And it is great. Nothing to say bad about it, really. But it's a very different style, right? New anime looks and feels very different than old inspired anime, right? Like it feels much more digital and clean, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but I like my gritty, right? Like I like that hand drawn feel of the anime. I like all of that. And so I like that I've got like a mix of the two currently on my docket. So I went to go watch it yesterday at the gym, and I had literally every episode for the first like 10 or so downloaded. So one of my best friends lets me use his Crunchyroll. And so I've got the app on my phone and on the TV. Actually, I had not had it on the TV yet, but he's like, yeah, you can put it on the TV too. So I did that. But no, I had all of like the first 10 episodes of Dragon Quest downloaded, and I went to go watch it the other day because I've adjusted my routine, but basically now it's like when I do leg day, I'll bike for like 25 minutes first. Like a heavy bike, like real more intense. But so it's perfect to throw on an anime because you're sitting there on the bike, you've got nothing else to look at. Boom, anime, right? And so I went to go watch it, and I'm already like strapped in the bike. I'm good to go. I'm ready. And it just has like the little spirally thingy, like it's trying to download it still. I was like, I downloaded this like a week and a half ago, all of these. So I have no idea what happened, but I literally sat there dealing with that on the bike for like 5 minutes trying to get it, because then it was like, it wasn't letting me play the episode even because it was trying to play from the downloaded version. I was like, okay, just don't download it. But then it doesn't help that the internet like the reception at that gym weirdly sucks. It's not in like, it's not far from our home. It's not like in the middle of nowhere. You would assume based on its location, it would actually be like a really good spot for that. No, the reception is ass. Like if I try and put on Twitch or something, nope. It just like straight up doesn't even stream sometimes. Even if you like turn off chat, drop quality like nothing to 480p even, and it's still like, nah, not here, man. But yeah, so I think that was the problem. It was trying to like read the downloaded version. I was like, I don't want to watch a downloaded version, just stream it then. But then that took forever. But it's always annoying when you have like, you set stuff up to make it easy, right? Like you take the time to do a thing so that it's going to be easier for you in the future, and then it somehow bites you in the butt and it makes it more difficult. It's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Okay, this is like unsalvageable, I feel like. Whatever I'm trying to draw here with this face. I'm done. I'm done with it. I don't know why I've been noodling over this so badly. I thought I would make it work. It's not. And I don't care. Boop. Anyway, figure drawing. Sure, let's draw an easy back and butt. Girl's very skinny. I'm trying to be, the other one I was getting hung up on noodling, so this one I'm just doing more loose gestural. Whoop. Good enough. I made her real lanky. What is going on here? I made her, oh God. Girl, what are you doing? Looks like a snake woman. Like Serpentini. That I was trying to, like stylize this a little bit, but I pushed it. I pushed it pretty far. Better or worse, don't know. So the weather's getting nicer. Just with an asterisk, obviously, it's still not great. The weather's getting nicer, but it's funny because we don't own this house, right? We rent it. Great house. The owners are really nice. Everything pretty smooth. But anyway, we don't own the house. But it's funny because springtime is kind of the time of like lawn service or like landscaping or solar panels or this or that. Like there's always something that like door to door, new windows, new this, new that. Like I feel like it's, you know, springtime is when it's like, oh, the weather's getting better. Now's the time to be able to do all these things. But it's funny because we get people door to door all the time, right? But speaking of the waiter thing of like when to interrupt, this is one where I usually let them spiel a moment, but then quickly pretty much get to interrupting them because it's funny that like I didn't realize how much of a normally when people are trying to sell you on something, right? They're still going to keep trying to sell you even if you say no, right? Like that's just normal. But we found there's like a I don't want to use the word Trump card because I don't F Trump right now. But like there's a get out of jail free. There's like a guaranteed like Uno reverse on them where it's like the second you tell them, oh, we just rent, done, conversation over. They know I'm not putting in the money to do something to a rental, right? And they know I'm not the owner, so they have no like immediately it shuts down the sales pitch. For better, for worse. Like, I mean, obviously I don't want to be a dick about it, but it is nice that it's just like, hey, no, we don't, this isn't our house. And they're like, okay. Like, it just ends there. Like, there's not much else to it. And it's always funny because sometimes then I'll just have like an actual conversation with the person when they realize they don't have to sell me. I'll just randomly like just talk to them. And it's always funny. Like, it just, but it is fun having like a quick and easy, like, nope, we rent. Sorry. I didn't realize how powerful of a tool it was, is what I'm saying. Like, completely stops in the tracks. It's like going to like, imagine going to like a car dealership and they try and sell you and you're like, oh, I don't have a license. Like just straight up, like, wait, what? Oh, I can't drive. I don't have a license. Oh, okay. Like it's like I feel like it just like throws off their sales pitch then if you hit them with like a weird. But yeah, feel free to use that. Even if you own your house, feel free to use it. They don't know. Even if you own your house and you say, oh no, we just rent. They're not going to ask. Well, let me see the deed. I think you're good. So this whole bottom half is completely wrong from the reference. That's fine. Trying to think of like what other weird instance you could do something like that. Like saying, "Oh, I rent," right? Like where else could you use like like I said, like if you go to a car dealership and you say, "Oh no, I don't have a license," or "I'm legally not allowed to drive. I have a disability," or something. You know what I mean? Like you hit them with it. It's like they stop. What could you do at a? I'm trying to think because I feel like furniture stores, right? So like we went looking for furniture one time, and the dude literally was like quite literally stalking us. He would like walk around and like stayed like 6 steps, 10 steps behind and always like around a corner or around a piece of furniture. Like he was just creeping and we're like, dude, We're just looking. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, we are not looking to buy furniture right now. We were out and about, and we're just curious about. I think at that point we were looking at side tables or like or like coffee tables because the one of ours had broken, which was a whole funny story. But like, dude, just know. What would be the go-to for there though? Like, I don't know how you'd get out of it at a, like, what could you say at like a furniture store that would, like, you know what I mean, like is as clean of a get out of jail free, like, oh, we rent. Like, that doesn't work. Like, what can you say? I don't know. Our house is full. Like, we don't have space. We don't, because like no matter what, there'd be like some way they could turn around and try and sell it. Like, oh, we don't have a, they could be like, oh, I could be like, oh, I have no means to get it right now. They're like, oh, well, we have a delivery service. Or, like there's always something I feel like they'd hit you with. So I don't know. And I'm gonna rack my brain for that. What a good, because we need one, honestly, because we always, when we've gone to stores like that, they are the worst. So what can I say? I don't know. I'll workshop it. I'll think of something. Oh, I live with my parents. That's a good one. That works. That works better than anything. I live with my parents. And then they'd be like, well, what are your parents like? You could surprise them with this for new furniture. Like I feel like they'd still twist it, but I think, yeah, that's a good one. Not quite as powerful as we rent, but I live with my parents. I like that. We'll use that next time. Or I could see them being like, hey, when you move out though, hand us the business card. When you move out and you'd like to get, like we have a layaway option that you can have it for later. That's a fun pose, kind of. I live with my parents. That'll get them. That'll show them to try and sell me something at the store we went to where they sell these things and their job is to sell it. Losers. Nobody sells me my own blood. What else? Where else do you go with something that people try and sell stuff? I feel like that's the main thing, or like furniture and cars. But I wonder what else. Like if you're going to a restaurant, like why would you be going to a restaurant? Oh, I'm allergic to all these foods. Like why would you be at the restaurant anyway? Like you probably were going to eat. I feel like the other one would be like maybe a pet store, right? Not that I go into pet stores because I my allergies and stuff, but like you can be like, oh, we rent and it doesn't allow pets. Like that's an easy one too. Like apparently the rent thing is just the get out of jail free for all things. It's a more universal one for sure. So apparently it always references where you live. I live with my parents or I rent. Both are pretty good at apparently catching out selling scenarios. What if you go to like a ski do, right? Or a like a jet ski company and you go there. What do you say for that? Like I have nowhere to store it. I don't live by water. I'm sure they'd be like, "Oh, but you can store them here." And they've, like they've got answers for everything there, I'd imagine at a place like that cuz that's a hard sell. Honestly, I don't know when I'd find myself going to a jet ski store, And I'm sure they have a different term, but don't know how often I'll find myself perusing a store that sells jet skis though. But apparently you gotta have stuff ready, right? Like you gotta have a game plan before you even go in. Go to a bookstore. I actually don't know how to read. Like, oh, I'm illiterate. I don't want a book. I just look at the pictures. Well, we've got some good picture books over here, or maybe these would make great gifts for so and so. They does your mother know how to read? They ask. Like, if you don't, do they like? You can give them as gifts. So in doing this, I realized how long her. A lot of times my proportions are way off when I first block it in, and they definitely were. That's something I need to work on. So I had to erase the arms, and make it fit a little better with the actual shape overall. I appreciate, honestly, though, the clothed things. These are definitely a new challenge for sure. Not that me being thrown off was necessarily a new challenge, was needed at this moment, but you know, we welcome them. We roll with it. I live with my parents. Why are you drawing so bad? I don't know. I live with my parents. I rent. Wait, what? I don't know. Just spitting out random excuses then. I've been reading my listening to my dungeon crawler Carl. And I think the second book is actually shorter than the first, because I'm already like, I feel like I'm almost closer done to the second book, or I'm just way more consistent with listening to them. I actually don't know which of the things it is. All I know is I'm very grateful that I did finally that is a three-pronged hit. That girlfriend's been listening to audiobooks herself a lot more. Random YouTube recommendation that I never would have gotten before. And then one of my best friends being like, hell yeah, that book is dope. Like, what a perfect storm to get me into audiobooks then. I like it. All those pieces had to fall in line. You know what I mean? Like the domino, you picture the one domino thing, like it started with this. And now I listen to audiobooks all the time. At least for my walks. But it's funny because I feel like normally I would call my family and stuff. And lately I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to talk to you. I'm listening to my book, leave me alone. Like, makes me a little antisocial in that sense, but that's fine. Good book, man. They understand. Man, last time I drew a female on a chair was that stinking picture with Mai that I was drawing, and that was rough. That took me quite some time. Having art PTSD, that was a rough one. And it still didn't turn out the way I liked it, even close. It's my chocolate attack. These are some dope ska covers. I like this. It's been listening for so long, I don't even know who's, like, I have no idea who's singing what at this, like, like what this the actual cover band is. Obviously, this is Gorillaz, the song being referenced, but She fit right here in her butt. Perfect. This is a weird position for this horrible face we drew. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to fill this page, and then once this page is done, I think I'll call it. So let's fill it. Let's fill the sucker up. Some of these clothes poses are boring. Like the clothing, it's just these three. I swore I had more. Like closed ones. Okay, there's a different outfit. Oh, I kind of like that. That's cute. You can play with just a nice long flowy dress. Okay. Which angle? Probably just the base angle, the first one. Ooh, my collarbone is crunching up in here. That's also a sign to to be done. I've been sitting. So because I've had these computer issues, right? Normally when I do things, I sit and I'm antsy though, right? Like I don't like to sit there and do the same thing over and over again, which is why streaming took me a bit to get used to. Excuse me. And so I when I'm doing these stupid things of trying to solve the computer issues, I get like hung up, right? Like you get in your own head, and like I said, I don't want to leave what I'm doing. And so normally I take breaks all the time. I get up, I'm moving, right? I'm grooving, I'm schmooving. I don't do that when I'm sitting here for the past 3 days not wanting to stop because I'm like, maybe I try this, maybe I try that. Like I'm constantly doing things to test, to change, to adjust, to read on something else I can do. And so I've found that I've not like left my desk as much either. So my collarbone has been killing me. More so than normal with my injury because I just feel like I'm like hunched sitting. I'm not keeping good posture because I'm just like annoyed. So I need to solve this thing for many, many reasons, not just the functional aspect of being able to render. I'm trying to draw this hella tiny, right? Do you see how small I'm drawing this? I feel like I normally draw really big, and I feel like that's what makes me get lost, especially with a figure drawing. So I was like, well, what if I just do it like itty bitty right now, right? Like keep it nice and small. Because I feel like you can see the image better, you see the detail in your head without having to draw it, if that makes sense, right? Like you can adjust more easily. I feel like when it's bigger, I end up having too much information to put in. Whereas if I just do it like this, it's actually kind of, I don't hate it. Like this almost like mini thumbnail energy. like how I said keep it like without zooming in and this and that, and then I say that and then proceeds to zoom in and mess up the drawing. Oh gosh, I'm an idiot. The little bird is a lot more simple to draw than the one that was holding a book. Bird done. Obviously, I'm not going to draw these flowers since I'm doing this one really little right now, but I'm just trying to block in some of the chunks. Almost looks like she's just got like crazy rollers in her hair then, but that's fine. We're just sketching this one. Like this one's, I'm trying to be more loose. We do like sticks coming out, might. That's fine. It's out of context. There's only like the one last message was just simply Orco Power noting in response to a conversation I was having, trying to come up with an idea. But it just looks like they said, I live with my parents, shrug. Like just like a random statement. It's still there. That's funny. Cool. Okay. She's done. Let's go. Kind of jammed her in there. That's fine. I keep hoping there's other outfits I had in this big old folder. Doesn't seem like it. The pirate one is so daunting. Like it's so cool, but like, man, there's a lot going on. Whatever, let's try and draw the pirate one again. Let's do it. Pirate this up. We'll keep it small again. It's harder too, because I mean, I don't have space to draw it big even. Like I keep drawing them big usually, then I scrunch them down. This is like I legitimately don't have the space to do that. Like they exist where they exist. Which is a little space. I should bring the pencil down. Yeah, so it's not so thick. All right, so let's draw real little. She's facing forward. Ants are so poofy. Especially at the point where they connect to the boot. Holy cow. That's poofy. Perspective is very off there. Her legs are real big. Oopsies. Man, this iPad. I just looking at the screen. There's like stains on it over here too. I don't know. This poor iPad. Seen better days. I had a gun like this from Pirates of the Caribbean as a kid. The little wooden ones that they would sell. And it had the, you'd pull it back and it would just snap, make the little sound. I loved running around with that, pretending to be a pirate. And I had one that was like really little, like a real tiny one, but it had like the hardest snap then because it was such a tiny, it was supposed to be like the pocket pistol type thing or whatever from a pirate that just like whips it out. But it was so tiny that it was weirdly really powerful then, like the snapping mechanism, because it was so small. It was like such a pinch. And I remember I played with that thing all the time. It was dumb. But I remember one time it gave me a blood blister because it caught in between like my thumb there, and it was like a giant welt that it made of a blood blister on my hand for like a good day. It persisted at least before it went away, remember? I was like, the gun betrayed me. Misfire, misfired. Dude, she's got so much going on. Like, just trying to even, like, guess and simplify some of these shapes. There's a lot. Parrots had so many layers on, apparently. So much extra cloth. I'm drawing so little, I forgot to change the size of the eraser then. Whoops. That's fine. It's fine. Come on, iPad. Click when I say click. This is just like, this arm is just pure fluffy white cloth. Like, I don't know. Drawn a bunch of wrinkles and folds. It reminds me of the puffy shirt episode from Seinfeld. Where like Jerry he promises he'll wear like, I think it's Kramer or somebody's friends, like, oh, they've got a clothing line. They've got a new shirt they want you to wear, you know, like to promote that it's theirs or whatever when you go on TV the one day. And he's like, I'm not wearing that. When he's actually like in the dressing room and they show it to him, and it's literally looks like a pirate shirt. It's the puffy. I'm pretty sure the episode is just called The Puffy Shirt. The episodes for Seinfeld were very basically named, for the record. It always sucks too watching those shows that like you have an affinity for. It's hard. You have to like disconnect because like when people turn out to be shitty people, like Jerry Seinfeld kind of is a dick right now. Like you look into what he does and how he portrays himself, and the fact that he dates like he's like 60 years old and he like is only dating like 20-year-olds, and it's a weird vibe, right? Jerry Seinfeld's got a weird vibe, but it sucks because it's like, but also I enjoyed growing up with that show though, and it was a funny show. Like my dad really liked it, and so we watched it together. So it's always weird trying to like disconnect yourself or the creator or the person from the thing. And it's a double-edged sword of like, do you do that or do you not really? Like, is that something we should do? Like, is it okay after the fact, or do you boycott it then? Or if it's something currently, like it's one thing because it's already been aired and it's an old thing. What happens with currently like brand new things or airing things now where it's like, okay, how does that work? If someone has views and is crappy and you don't agree with, and they're like the star of a show or this or that, but it's like, they don't represent the whole thing, right? They might be the face of the thing. That doesn't mean there wasn't hundreds of people working on it still. Like, and it always sucks because it's hard not to have some sort of connection to a thing when you have an understanding of how and why that person is doing the things they do. You're like, you're shitty. But also like, okay, but what about the 100 other people on the show, or the people who wrote it, or the people who did the lighting or the recording, or, you know, like all these things that go into it. It's weird. If people just didn't suck, it would be nice and easy. But unfortunately, that is not going to happen. People always seem to suck. I'm not even drawing the canteen thing that she's got. It's already too much going on. I'm not even jumping into that territory right now. If you were wondering, if you're watching along and you're like, man, he hasn't touched the canteen yet. I can't wait for him to draw that canteen. Too damn bad. You're going to be waiting forever. Never going to happen. There's just too damn much going on this pirate lass. I was going to say lady, but, you know. I was blocking in the foot shape. I'm not doing more than that. That's fine. Yeah, that works. Boot. Face this a little bit so you can see the cloth. And I'm not drawing whatever is that her cup then? The canteen, and then I'm assuming those are cups that hang, right? The little like cone type things, right? I think those are supposed to be like cups that they drink from then, just like attached to them that they can take a quick, which seems weird because I mean, don't they have the canteen they just drink directly from? I don't know. I ain't no pirate. Don't ask me. Pirate lady, where do you go? Can you squeeze in up here? Oh, it looks like she's just like, put up your dukes. I'm gonna shoot you to this other lady. Sorry. That looks funny. Look at them cheeks. I feel like the butt cheeks are still like the most prominent thing on this piece now. That's fine. Alright, well, I'd say we filled the page enough, right? I'd say we win. We fill the page. I'm hungry. Stream's been a little off today. That's fine. I'm super hungry, though. My stomach is rumbling. I'm not in the mood to draw some more stuff. So it looks like today will end as just a figure drawing day. And that's cool. We did some stuff. Once I get back in the swing of things, it'll be better with like, this week has just been so thrown off that I've been so engrossed in trying to do the stupid computer stuff that like my brain is just fried, to be honest. It's super fried. But thumbnail stuff, right? Do we do some thumbnails? Just do like, I'll hold up the figure. How about that? I point figure drawing. Is that a thing? Covering his crotch so no wieners are visible, you know. Unless you're into that. If you are, sorry. YouTube doesn't like that. And neither does Twitch. The rules are weird that like you can show breasts, but they can't have nipples. So like if you're drawing, so long as you don't draw a nipple, it's like, oh, I don't know what that was. It's like, you fool, you know what that was. That was a boobie. You know damn well that's a boobie. Oh well. No nipple, no boobie. That's the rules with them apparently. Here, let's grab this because if let me just move it down just so it's more central on the page. Cool. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for today. Nothing too extreme for a long day today. I'm super hungry. We're gonna cut it there. Oh, anyway, there we go. Even if I didn't want to cut it, that's funny that the iPad just started dying anyway. What timing? Yeah, it looks like I'll probably end up maybe switching stream times anyway for a little shorter since the iPad is not capable of doing it anymore for the full time. But yeah, music is very loud all of a sudden. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a good weekend ahead of you, whatever it may be. Probably, you know, some sort of holiday thingy if you celebrate Easter. If not, at least get some nice candy. And if you don't celebrate Easter in any way, shape, or form, remember, on Sunday and then Monday, especially, all that candy at the store is going to be cheap as hell. Even though it's the same candy, because it's labeled for Easter, they no longer want it. So go on and get some cheap candy this week. All right. Until then, however, until you gorge yourself with clearanced Easter candy, continue to be kind and kick butt.